Yes, sir.
All right, let's fire it
I
up.
am if you are.
I am, yes. Somebody said
The only thing
cheeseburger, I'm
standing
ready.
between us and the cheeseburger is a few items.
I like it. All right, let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Jeff,
Need to approve the agenda for today.
okay, do we need to take a roll? Or is that we just use sign in sheet?
We use a sign-in sheet.
Okay, I didn't know if we had to do something official on a roll or not. Okay, but we do have quorum. Is
We
that
do.
correct?
That is correct.
Okay, very good. Next, we needed a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's session. Is there a motion? So moved by Terry. Is there a second? Second? We'll do voice vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Very good. It is approved. Have the consent agenda. Jeff, anything to note in the consent agenda?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Is there a motion on the consent agenda, which includes the minutes from the last meeting to approve? Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Okay, all right. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, they're approved. We're cooking now, Denny. We're flying. All right. Now, budget, public hearing. This is the portion of the meeting where the public can speak on the budget. Jeff, it's been posted.
It has been posted.
Regular amount of time.
It was published in accordance with the rules and the laws. And I'll save you a step. We received no communications in the office, either via telephone or any other, no communications period. So,
Okay. Emily, is there anybody online for the public that wishes to speak on the budget?
No, sir.
Very good. I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing portion of the budget. Is there a second? Denny, all in favor? Any opposed? All right. Jeff, budget.
Okay, this year compared to last year, my usual spiel. Only noticeable differences as were brought up when I met with supervisors. Our health insurance line item has essentially doubled because now both employees are using the family plan, whereas before it was only one. So that in itself represents about an $18,000 change in the line item. Otherwise, it's basically just common increases, inflation, and you know, the same expenses as year after year. There are no major capital purchases this year. Do have a roughly $7,000 hazmat class in the budget for this year for battery IQ, but outside of that, it's your standard EMA budget.
And then for salary, Jeff, what did you put in
We
for you?
computed at 5% based on direction from the Board of Supervisors.
Okay, okay, very good. Board, questions for Jeff on the budget? Anybody? We'll open the floor.
Jeff, are you going to the next sheet? I think it was the next sheet. There was something I had a question on. If you keep going down, it wasn't this one.
We can sure do that. You fire away if we get it where you,
I'm trying to think of where it was at. Go maybe to the right and then down.
take your time.
I can't see the I think the question it was go down again maybe.
Jason, do you remember the item, the line item?
Yeah, it was an increase in like an overall on it wasn't like salaries or anything, but I'm assuming it was for a class or something, but I don't remember where it was at now. Is there one more sheet?
No.
The sheet that we're on is the expense page. The other pages are the public hearing and the adoption document. So the first page that we were on is the revenues.
Yeah. Go,
So-
maybe if you would go up, please. Oh,
Yep.
Sorry. One moment.
you're good. Must not have been too important because I can't find it. Oh,
So Jeff, Jason, on the education and training, it goes from 3,000 to 6,000. Is that what you were thinking about?
maybe, well, yeah, maybe it was that, but it was a $7,000 class, isn't it? Don't you need more in that?
I'm taking part of the hazmat budget to cover.
Okay. Okay, and then I think the only other question I had on the county contribution side, it went up by 25,000. What was that going towards?
That's just to fund the budget. So
Okay.
if that's just what it takes to fund the budget. If Emily goes to the lower right of that page, I think it's on there. No, gonna make, yeah.
Because your overall that you went from 329 to 291 on the very bottom there.
Yep. Okay, sorry, you're on revenues. Could you jump?
So Form 10 on that dog call detail with the owner on it.
Sheriff, I'll draw your attention to the far right,
County.
the
Yeah.
second one up. The negative 7966, that's the projected fund balance if we spent 100%. So in order
Right.
to, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering if our grants were down or something because your overall budget looked like it was going down to 291, but it was an increase of 25,000 from county contribution. So I didn't know, did we lose grants or something?
No, anticipating grants not changing.
We're going to be on that 10 South Sunset, while looking at 1010.
It's what I think it is a cumulative effect of over the last 5 years, we've been bringing, I think roughly 5 years ago, we had a fund balance of 200,000, give or take a few dollars. We've been using that up. And we're down now to a point where if we spend 100% of this budget as proposed, we would be essentially in the red 7966.
Okay, yeah, it's not a huge deal. I was looking on it looked like overall budget, you were taking some money out, but the county contribution was just going up. That was my only question, but I'm good with it.
County contributions going up because our expenses, we don't have the fund balance to draw from
Right,
like we have the last several
correct,
years.
correct. So you're
Is
gonna,
the
you're gonna,
vehicle purchase one reason, I mean, you had that 45,000 per vehicle, cause that, and now you're not,
Correct.
so I mean, that's quite a bit of difference there.
20.
So, yep, so maybe that's what he's seeing is that it's the smaller numbers, we're taking 45,000 away.
yeah, I think what Jason's saying, though, Brian, is that the county
578,
is
and
going
Charles at it.
what's causing that, but what you're saying is the lower fund balance will burn through that fund balance to cover the additional costs just to support.
Whereas the last
The
4
two of
years, we've had fund balance
Yeah.
to draw from, to keep want to use common terminology, to keep the county's portion down. We've been using fund balance
Oh,
to fund
And now there's,
to fund
now
the
there's
budget.
none.
But now we've got it down to a point where we're actually the request of the county is gonna be more lateral or even with what we're actually spending.
Yeah, and I mean, just coming from my perspective, I like that because now we're actually matching our dollars to the actual
Yes.
expense.
Yeah.
Because we've had so many of these county funds where we carried balances and we forget about them. I mean, we found that in our health insurance, and our dental insurance, so I think it's much better to have your dollars matching your costs.
I was uncomfortable at 200,000. Wherever we were really close to 200,000 on a $125,000 budget at the time. That was too
Yeah,
much. So
yeah, no, I think that's, all right, good. Thank you for that explanation. Jason, did that cover what you were thinking about?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Any other questions for Jeff on the proposed budget? I am not hearing any. Is
I think Mayor DeWard.
okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. Hey, Don,
Hey, just got on. Sorry, I'm a little late.
No worries, no worries. Did you catch any of that? Do you have any questions?
No, no, I don't have any questions.
All right, very good. Thank you. Well, if there are no questions and no discussion, I would entertain a motion on the proposed budget.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposed budget.
Okay, motion by Mayor Hatch. Second by Terry. Let's do a
Wanna do a roll call on that?
Yeah, it's budget. We should do a roll call.
That makes the audit part easy. Yep.
City of Bussey. City of Knoxville.
Yes.
Marion County Sheriff.
I couldn't get to my button soon enough.
City of Pleasantville. Oh, yeah. City of Hamilton. City of Marysville. City of Melcher Dallas. City of Harvey. Marion County Board of Supervisors.
Yes,
City of Pella.
Yes,
okay, very good. Budget passes. Emily, next is election of officers. All right,
In accordance with our bylaws, am I saying it right, biannually?
Yes.
Every 2 years?
yes,
So this year it's EMA, last year it was 911.
that's right. So who would like to be chair? All, so jump forward. Come on, raise hands. Cal has been nominated. Is there a second? Denny will second that. That was quick. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, very good. Cal Wyman is now the chair. So guess what? Finish her out. I can. Box of chocolates.
All right, so nominations for vice chair.
I'll second that, Denny.
Okay, we have a nomination and a second for vice chair.
I don't know if that's.
I don't know that we can do that. I don't know that, no, what, two people representing the same,
Okay, well,
the same, same organization within the commission.
You mean the same city?
Yeah, the same city, the
But
same
in
municipal,
bylaws, are they both voting members?
depends on what we're voting on.
Oh.
Cause I know how you like the legislature. But
Yeah,
the
I love 'em.
legislature
I
then
love 'em.
passed a law that said if they're voting on budget,
Yes.
it has to be an elected official.
Yeah, you're gonna weasel out of this one, Brian.
So beyond that, there are no, it's the wild, wild west.
All right,
So
so pick somebody else.
it comes down to what are you guys comfortable with two people from the same city being chair and vice chair?
I don't have heartburn with it. Denny doesn't.
Okay, we have nothing in the bylaws that state.
Does
that can't
anybody,
happen.
does anybody online have an objection?
I'll be honest, you can do what you want, but for me, I feel like somebody who knows more about emergency management, is going to be a better fit, because I, most of the time, won't be here unless it's a budget thing, because Cal usually, he knows what he's doing. I'm not gonna hold his hand.
So Brian is declining. Is what he's
But
doing.
you can do it. I mean, if you guys want to do it, that's fine.
That's probably safer.
Does Terry Fisher have any interest in it? Is he there? I heard a motion or a second or something from him.
I'm
He
gonna
just
second
got
that.
voted.
I'm
So-
gonna withdraw my second for Brian and I'm gonna second Terry.
Okay, so the nomination for Brian has been removed and replaced with a nomination of Terry Fisher. We have a nomination and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Welcome aboard. Congratulations. Discussion action appointment of the EMA Qualification Review Board. Jeff?
Okay. Make this as clear as I can and as short as I can. So we have, as long as I've been here, we've always qualified, we've always met the qualifications for. I'm gonna pause just a second if Dawn wants back in. Don, can you just give us a head nod when you're connected?
I'm back. I got disconnected somehow.
No problem. I took a brief pause there.
Okay.
You're on the National Qualification System agenda. Okay.
Yep.
So as long as I've been here, we've always qualified, met the qualifications to receive the Emergency Management Performance Grant funding. When I started, it was roughly 36,000 a year. It's now down to between 30 and 31. FEMA threw something at the state. The state then made it a requirement for qualifying for the Emergency Management Performance Grant that you have to, as the commission, have to basically certify to our skill sets. You know, because it makes sense to do that after people have been doing the job for 15 or 20 years. So in order to keep getting the $30,000, we need to develop what I call it, a qualifications review board, a QRB. And the state has said that the QRBs will be the local commissions. So first question for you all is, how about I stop? I won't ask the question yet. So I believe there's 8 different skill sets that they eventually will have a sign off on. We have 3 years to sign off or show proficiency in 4 of them. First one being coordination and individual contribution. Second one being resource ordering and acquiring. Third one being situational awareness. And the fourth one being skill leadership. They're allowing us to go back 3 years to document these skill sets. So that for us, if we do it, the reason I'm putting it on here now versus next year is I want to take advantage of them giving us 3-year retroactive window because we did a lot of stuff, a lot of these in COVID, that if I just simply fill out the paperwork with Mark being in the room at the time, no matter who's on the QRB, I think I feel confident saying that if you guys look at Mark's going to go, yep, they did that about every day during COVID, and we can sign off on this. And with a very minimal amount of work, probably no additional meetings, we can meet these criteria and receive our $30,000. I'm not trying to create work. I'm trying to do as minimal amount of work. I'm being honest. Since it's the same money we've always qualified for, and now they've thrown another roadblock out there, I don't want to do any more than we have to. So you should have gotten in the handouts are the 4 skill sheets or task books or task sheets of the skill sets. So feel free to look through them. Now, my question for you would be, do you want the entire commission or do you want a subset of a smaller group of the commission to be the QRB? Makes no difference to me. That's the state's term. Yeah, you're gonna look over. I intend to fill these out. So the evaluation, you see the column that says evaluation record on each of these? That's where we document the date and the time and the event. And then the evaluator initials are you guys signing off on saying, yep, they meet this qualification.
Hey, Jeff, it's Jason here. I guess I'd feel very comfortable with you just filling those out like you normally would for the past 3 years.
Yep.
And then, I mean, just a quick review of them. I think we can probably do what you're saying. But if you fill them out, I think it'll just help everybody understand, where
Sure.
it's coming from.
I'm absolutely okay with that because if we do it that way, we can fill these out and email them out to you. And as long as there aren't any major roadblocks, then
Right.
these
I think that makes sense to do it that way.
Says local commission to serve as this QRB. Does it say how many? I mean,
your choice.
You can have a subset.
Yep, you can have a subset of 2 or 3. You can have 5. You can have the entire commission.
the easiest thing, make it smaller so we don't have to involve a ton of people with it.
I don't expect to have to do this again. Like I said, they're giving us 3 years to do this.
So Jeff, is your intent then to use most of the things we did during COVID
Yeah.
as a, well,
Yeah.
so So I could,
Between
I
COVID
mean,
and the tornado that we had last end of March, that takes care of probably 80% of this.
I can't hear what people out in the room are saying, but I'm good with either way, whether it be the whole commission or a small group, because I don't think it's going to take that long once you have them filled out. I think we could read through them in 5 or 10 minutes and probably all agree upon it.
However you guys want to handle it. I have to declare to the state what you decide. So
Does it have to have like a number when we say we're gonna have a subgroup review it, or we have to say a
they,
subgroup of?
they said it's your commission's responsibility, how your commission handles it, whether it's the full commission or a subset is entirely up to your commission.
But we don't have to tell them we're gonna have a subset of 4 and who it's these 4 people.
I do have to, I don't have to name you by name. I have to name you by city
Organization.
within the commission. So,
The benefit of the whole group looking at it for that 5 or 10 minutes is we see what all's happening. I
Right.
mean, then everybody's on the same page.
And I think, like you said, if you fill it out, you email it out ahead of time, everybody can review it. We should be able just to approve it in a meeting and say, yep, everything looks good.
if you all
I'm
agree to
okay
that,
either way.
if
That
you all
doesn't
agree
matter.
to that, would somebody be so inclined to make a motion to make the entire commission the QRB?
So moved.
And then we're done.
Motion by Ramey, second by Terry to do the whole commission as the QRB. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion.
Aye.
That's all I got.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Cheeseburger?
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's
Aye.
adjourned.
Jeff, like on this one.
Thanks, guys, for joining.
Thanks.